So frankincense, the farmers have to scale these trees and they grow on the side of cliffs, like these mountains.
Wow.
And so like in Oman and Somaliland and anyways. So the issue is too, apparently there's some sort of poisonous snake that resides in frankincense trees.
Welcome, revolutionary mama, to the Raising Wild Hearts podcast. I'm Ryan Watkin, educator, mom of three, rebel at heart, and passionate soul on a mission to empower and inspire you. Here, we'll explore psychology, spirituality, parenthood, and the intersection where they all come together. We'll discover how challenges can be fertile soil for growth, and that even in the messy middle of motherhood, we can find magic in the mundane. Join me on my own personal journey as I talk to experts and share resources on education, creativity, self-care, family culture, and more. I believe we can change the world by starting at home in our own minds and hearts, and that when we do, we'll be passing down the most important legacy there is: healing. And so it is. Hello and welcome back to the Raising Wild Hearts podcast. I am super excited to share another phenomenal interview with you. Today I am joined by Jen Schell. Dr. Jennifer Schell has been a chiropractor for over 23 years. She specializes in clinical nutrition, utilizing diet and lifestyle modifications, supplements, and plant oils to empower families to live their best lives. She's also the author of Food to the Rescue, which is a practical guide for families looking to get healthy. She is very proud that both of her teenage boys have grown into smart, funny, and kind, responsible young men. She's also helped thousands of families find health and wellness over her career. This conversation was amazing. It's like holistic tips 101. And even I, who have been into a holistic lifestyle for 10 plus years, got a ton out of this conversation. Jen shares a few just amazing, hilarious, relatable stories. She was so lovely to talk to. We spoke about so many things. We talked about self-care, of course. That's been coming up a lot lately on this pod. We talked about ADD and ADHD. We talked about essential oils. We talked about perimenopause. We talked about alternative medicine. We talked about food and nutrition and protein and blood sugar and just so many things that will be so helpful for you as you are taking care of yourself and then also taking care of the little people or big people in your family. So make sure you are subscribed and following the Raising Wild Hearts podcast wherever you're listening to your pods, whether it's on Apple or Spotify or Good Pods. Just go ahead and click the follow. If this conversation resonates with you and you know someone who it will help, please just shoot them over the link. All right, let's jump in.
Please note, the opinions and perspectives of guests on the Raising Wild Hearts podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of Ryan Watkin or anyone associated with the Raising Wild Hearts podcast.
Hey, Jen, welcome to the Raising Wild Hearts podcast.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're here. And in reflecting on what we were going to talk about, I have many, many ideas. But the first place I want to start, because I always find it fascinating when people have older kids, is you've raised two boys, pretty much successfully from what it sounds like. And I'm curious, as someone who's kind of been through it, I'm still in the middle of it. I have three somewhat little kids, although my oldest is almost 10. So that feels like a big milestone. But I'm wondering what advice you would have for a new-ish parent kind of in the thick of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I raised two boys who were crazy, crazy. And, I was trying to work. I'm a chiropractor. And I look back and I don't remember most of it. And I wish I would have slowed down a bit, been more present. And luckily, we're all super tight, like we cuddle and we're close and, very affectionate. But like when they were little, I was so burnt out and exhausted. And I think I never really handled that. And so if I could tell young parents, like, please, first of all, give yourself grace. Like, we don't have a manual for this, so nothing is wrong. And just take a minute to have fun. Who cares if your laundry is dirty? Go outside and play and don't be on your phone. Be present.
Mm-hmm. I love that advice. I'm so often finding myself like having to remind myself like millions of times a day, Jennifer, not millions, but a lot, to just like be where my 2 feet are because our brains are so uh wired for like what else is going on? What could go wrong? What do I have to do tomorrow? What do I have to do in 17 weeks from now? Like, our brains are just like little squirrels. So I love that advice to just slow down and be present. And, it is harder said than done, but yeah, I think with
So,
practice though, like I don't know if you found like the more you practice like being mindful,
yes.
the more you practice presence, the easier it gets.
Yes. I mean, literally, it's a skill that we don't have, right? In this fast-paced world, like we're talking to people and you're on your phone, you're doing 5 things at once. Like it is a skill to sit on the floor and play Hot Wheels. Like that is a skill that I never really developed very well.
Hmm. My youngest is a boy and he's 3 and he's so wild, Jen. I'm like, everybody told me like boys are so different. And I'm like, no, I don't buy it. And holy shit, he's so different. Yes.
I know there was like, I mean, literally, like I would feel like one literally knew how to unlock the front door at 2 and would run out the front door naked.
Yep.
The other one's running the other one,
Yep.
playing with like kitchen knives. Like what?
Yep.
Where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. I can't.
Yep.
So it's even like going minute to minute. And
Hmm.
sometimes something also that I think parents, now single parents, I know this is going to be way harder. But like you have to divide and conquer, and you have to like help each other. So hopefully you do have a partner and you can be like, listen, I need 30 minutes to take a bath. Don't let anybody come in. I don't care what you do. You just have to have that.
Hey, it's me, Ryan. So, something I do every single day to invest in my growth, besides connecting with the humans on this podcast, obviously, is reading. Reading is where it all started for me. I was 5 when I became obsessed with books, writing them, reading them, collecting them. I love how I can get inspired with new ideas and stories and ways to grow. That's why I ask all my guests what they're reading. And finally, you can check out all the book recommendations from the experts and authors on the show in one place at raisingwildhearts.com/books. There are some life changers in there like You Are the Placebo and a few hidden gems like Sacred Motherhood and Living, Loving, and Learning. So if you want to get your hands on your next great read, check out the full list by heading to raisingwildhearts.com/books. Okay, back to the show. Yeah. Self-care has been something that is coming up just like organically on this show, like week after week. That's such a through line that everybody's been mentioning. And it's something that I am ever in the works of attaining doing, and sometimes even just saying it like that, it feels like one more item to like check off the list of like I have to take care of myself now.
Oh,
And it's like come on. And you know what
I
okay,
know.
here's my epiphany just from like this week. This is new. I was like, you know what? Self-care isn't me like going to get a manicure. It's
Right.
not like sometimes it is a bath. Like I love a good bath. But
Right.
sometimes it is a shower in peace. And that's just like my kids know, like when I'm in the shower and I say it, I set the boundary. I say I'm in the shower right now and I just want to have some quiet. And when I get out, I'll talk to you again. Because they're
That's
coming in.
perfect.
How do you spell Mississippi? How do you spell, they're because they're doing their journaling or whatever in the night. And what I realized though was like the biggest self-care for me is just like being kind to myself. That's it. Like
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't have to do anything,
Oh, I
just like
like that.
kind self-talk. Like
Uh-huh.
stop
I love
telling
that.
yourself you're an asshole. Like stop
Right.
telling yourself that you suck
Oh,
at
it's
everything.
the truth. You know what?
Yes.
You're right. It doesn't have, that's huge. You hit the nail on the head because that was what would happen. Like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst mom because I couldn't carry it all. Right. And there's just some days where it was like, oh my gosh. But I have this hilarious story. I feel like I'm going to share with you right now. So I was in the shower and my littlest was, well, I think he was like 3. And I'm like, okay, you just stay right outside the door. And all of a sudden I hear the phone ring. He picks it up and says, oh, my mom. Yeah, she's here. She's in the shower washing her vagina. And I was like, oh my God, who are you talking to? Like, it was horrible. Yeah. But anyways, moments of time,
Uh
you can look back and laugh.
yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like I think it was the episode with Carrie Burley. We were like, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like
Yes.
finding the humor in some of like the ridiculous things. Like my son will run outside naked often. I mean, it's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
daily occurrence.
Yeah.
And he'll pee in the bushes
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
it just like he's just like a little caveman.
Yes, that's what I used to say. I'm like,
Yes.
there's a perfectly good bathroom, but it's way more fun. And when you're busy, it's just so much easier to pee right
Totally.
outside.
Totally. And he tells his sisters, like, come on, pee in the bushes. And they're like, it doesn't work
Mhm.
like that for us.
Not
Like,
the
it's a
same.
little more complicated.
It's more complicated.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So I want to talk a little bit about like just health through parenting, the health of us, the health of our kids. I mean, let's start with the health of us because
Yeah.
honestly, like I think that if we don't have our health, then
Yeah.
nothing else really matters. Like that's the number one
100%.
thing. So
Yeah.
let's talk about some ways to support our health, like holistically. I'm big on finding alternative options, not listening to any certain practitioner, but
Yes.
having like many different tools in
Yes.
the toolbox and not having
Agreed.
to go with like this mainstream idea of what health is, which is
Yeah.
really like sick care. Like it's not health care, it's sick
Thank
care.
you. Yes. I've
Yes,
spent my whole career teaching people, like, I mean, thank goodness, like, medical doctors are there. Like, if you're having a heart attack, my essential oils and vitamins are not going to fix you.
right.
But on the same path with that, like, that is sick care. Medication really isn't meant as like a long-term thing. So if people are dealing with health issues, like, really, there's so much we can do for ourselves.
Yeah.
So for moms, the first thing is try to eat. Like, so many moms are like, oh, I just eat the scraps off my toddler's plate, or we're running and I'll grab a handful of nuts. Like, there is no conscious thought. And I get it. Really, there isn't time for that. So if we can at least have like protein shakes, like what is that one called? Orgain. It's in a
Yep.
box, right?
Yep.
Like, just grab the box when you're hopping in the car. Or I love like Epic, the meat bars, like, just have those in your
Yep.
car.
Yep. Like we always have snacks for our kids. Like we should
Yes.
have a snack bag for mommy too.
Yes,
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
grabbing the diaper bag and you've got all this stuff and you have your snacks and you have stuff to keep them busy. And then you have nothing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're at least drinking water because another thing is way too much coffee. I am seeing way too much coffee. This is a stimulant, which is going to just wreck your adrenals. So, long term, let's do like water with electrolytes. That would
Mhm.
be awesome.
Yes. Okay, so let's pause here just for a second because I'm on day 4 of stopping coffee altogether. I
Oh, how do
yes.
you feel? Like
Well,
shit.
day 3 was rough. Yesterday, like my husband got home and I just like fell into his arms in like a blob and he was like kind of laughing because he's never had a cup of coffee in his life and he
Oh,
didn't want to be dependent on anything and he always says that. And so he's kind of like laughing at me in fun. But so day 3 was kind of rough. Like I know that I'm going to be like groggy. I know that I'm going to have some headaches and some physical symptoms, but here's what I know also is that I had been drinking it for, let's say, like about a year or so. Like I kind of go off and on it as the
yeah,
season permits, and I love it. And I only have 1 cup, and I
good.
drink it with cream. But I was starting to feel really like my adrenals were like so tapped out by the end of the day, even from 1 cup. And so like
Yes.
around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like of course pickup time for my kids, I would start to just like slump and my mood would be shitty and I'd be reaching
Yeah.
for chocolate and sugar or something
Yes.
give me that dopamine hit to like get me through till dinner, to like then get me through till whatever. And so I just had this like honest conversation with myself of like, this is it. This is enough. Like, enough's enough. I'm doing this thing and it's not serving me and I have to give it up. And so that's where I'm at. But yeah, and even from 1 cup a day. I mean,
Yes.
and some people are drinking multiple cups, right? I
Right.
mean,
But the good thing is you were listening to your body. There's like such a huge disconnect where people are not connecting how they feel to what they're eating or not eating. And can I just say for your little adrenal glands, sometimes ashwagandha, rhodiola, magnolia, essential oil, um, peppermint. And then, like before, well, no, all day, one of my favorites to recommend is Melissa oil. It's also called lemon balm. And that can be hugely helpful, especially while you're going through this
thank
detox.
you. You know what's funny is I put peppermint oil on my neck the
It's
past like 2 or 3 days because it
so
gives
good.
you this like burning sensation and it really helped with like the headache. I mean, it was
Yes,
like, wow, this is great. And it just like gives me some sort of like uplift. Like
it
it
does.
it kind of
Mhm.
lightens the load a little bit
It
from my
does.
perception. Yeah.
No, you're
But I'm
correct.
gonna
Peppermint.
yeah.
Peppermint really can boost energy. Wild orange is great to like boost you up. Um, so I have another funny story. So in my bathroom, I keep like a whole tray of oils. So one morning I was getting ready for work. I thought I was putting frankincense on my face because it's great for like anti-aging. And it was actually peppermints. And my face was on fire, like my eyeballs were burning. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, what the fuck do I do? So I grabbed coconut oil, but like not a small amount, like a handful. And I just smeared it all over my face because that will like turn it off. So after about 10 seconds, my husband walked in, he goes, what in the hell are you like it was just dripping off my face.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So good.
mom moment. Yeah.
Mom moment.
Yeah.
That's classic.
Yeah.
We all have like
Oh yeah.
something like that. That's hilarious. But
Yeah.
yes, peppermint is spicy. And so I think this is a good way to a good time to segue into some of the oils because I've used essential oils now for I guess it's been a decade. My daughter's about to
Oh,
be 10. So since then,
yay. Oh my
yes.
gosh, love that.
Love it. Yes. And I'm still consider myself very much a novice, but I do know, yeah, like you mentioned, like the awareness piece, like I just become aware of how a certain oil
Yep.
creates a different space for me.
Yes.
And in the beginning of my oil journey, I had a yoga teacher give me a bottle of wild orange because I was
Oh,
struggling with some postpartum depression.
yes.
And she gave me that orange, and I will never forget it. This like miracle little bottle that supported me through these really
Oh,
hard months.
that makes me so happy because
Yeah.
seriously, how many women don't realize that there's options besides psych drugs? I mean, if you're suicidal, please do what you got to do. But like, so quick, they're so quick to prescribe drugs for it when it's like, look, you used wild orange. Like, it's literally from oranges. Like,
Yep.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
love to talk oils. So,
Yeah. Okay. Yay. So, I guess just as somebody who's used oils already for 10 years, I go, well, like, what actually is an essential oil? Like, I don't even know. Like,
yeah.
so maybe we can start there, like
Oh,
101 for beginners.
yeah. And if you don't mind, let me just backtrack. So I've been a chiropractor for like 23 years and I've used oils all along. And like in my practice, supplements, I was always super like you have to have like a license to distribute them, like just CVS supplements, those aren't high quality. So I was like all over it. And then with oils, I was like, oh, they're all the same. Totally doesn't matter which brand you get. And then like 4 or 5 years ago, I just go on this huge deep dive and I'm like, this industry is so corrupt. Like
Oh,
this is horrible. There's full of contaminants. So like here's an example. So a few years back, there was this research article. I don't know where it was. It said lavender caused breast development in baby boys.
oh
So
my
of
God.
course I'm getting patients coming in. Maybe that's what spurred me on this because I started researching and really what happened was that was not pure essential oil lavender. That was contaminated oil. So what was causing, it's called gynecomastia. What was causing that was the additives, the synthetics in that product. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm super, super anal retentive now. You have to know the purity of your oils. So you have to be able to see test results. Not like, oh yes, they're organic. Yes, they're pure. Show me. You got to show me, right?
Yeah.
So,
That
anyways.
that's giving me inspiration too. We have a little shop here actually locally, and they source their ingredients wildcrafted or organic.
Oh,
And I
that's
wonder
so
if
cool.
they have I've never thought to ask. This is so good. I wonder
Yeah,
if they have those, like
yeah,
papers of like the testing. I'm
yeah,
sure that they do. I venture to believe that they do.
yeah.
But maybe not. So next time I'm in there, I'm gonna ask.
It's
Yeah.
definitely worth asking. And the biggest barrier to really comprehensive, thorough testing for preservatives and contaminants is cost. So, like a
Yeah.
lot of the little companies, it's really cost prohibitive, which is sad. But I mean, if you can see, like, oh, hi, we're growing our peppermint right here in front of you, and it's organic chances are that's a cleaner version than maybe what you're going to get at the dollar store. My son,
Right.
my son, we were in the dollar store and he goes, oh my gosh, mom, look at this. Your frankincense is like $80. They've got it's $1. I'm like, yes, babe, that is not frankincense. That's
Yeah.
a cheap perfume.
Yes, exactly. And I can like smell the difference. Like
Yes.
I mean, I think, there's also science behind it, but part of me can like
Yeah.
smell perfumey smells, and I'm
Yes.
really sensitive to like VOCs and
Yes. Yes.
any
No,
laundry detergent or
yeah.
fabric softener. And so you can smell when something is a little off.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're correct. So, next question that you asked me, which I am super excited. So, essential oils come from the plant. So, like they're teeny little okay, bubbles do not sound, but like if you go microscopic, you
Yeah.
can see the little essential oil pouches. And these little pouches, that's how the plant protects itself. So literally, like that's how it's gonna heal itself if it's gets a disease or you know, all this stuff. Okay, so here's what's cool too with an essential oil, because it's lipid based, like oily, our cells have oily membranes. So, what I absolutely love is teaching people pure therapeutic grade oils. You can use them for your health. They're not just like, oh, frou smell good. Like, that's great. But, like, are they going to help me? So, anyways, when we've got an oily cell membrane and we have an essential oil and oil mix, oil and water repel. So they can actually go into the cell. So again, this is where purity matters. Like you don't want to be putting an oil on your skin or okay, listen to this. I just had this lady. She goes, oh, I just use cheaper oils for my diffuser. And I go, okay, but that's a neurotoxin.
You're breathing it
Like
in.
you are
Yeah.
bringing it right up to the limbic system in
Right.
your brain in like seconds. So no, you can
Yeah.
maybe clean with cheap oils, but the same thing, you're gonna smell them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Did I answer that? I got kind of
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
totally. So there's little bubbles or little sacs basically that are inside
yeah,
the plant. And
yeah,
like, do you know how they extract it? Like I'm picturing in my funny brain here this like machine that like
yeah,
flattens it all out and
yeah.
squeezes it all out. Is that
Y-
basically what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it depends. Like, birch is like, I don't even know how they do it. It's had
I
like a
love
super, oh
birch.
my gosh,
I
real
love
birch. It
birch.
smells like root beer.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it's so
so,
good. My
so
8-year-old
good.
daughter loves it too.
I
She's
love
like,
it.
I smell birch. Like whenever I open it, anything, she's got the nose
Yes.
for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And birch is fabulous for like discomfort, like aches and stuff that hurts. Like I love
Uh-huh.
using birch. But anyways, birch is like really, really dense wood. But like flowers, like you can, just kind of smash it out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but like frankincense.
Yeah.
Frankincense is crazy. So frankincense, the farmers have to scale these trees and they grow on the side of cliffs, like these mountains.
Wow.
And so like in Oman and Somaliland and anyways. So the issue is too, apparently there's some sort of poisonous snake that resides in frankincense trees. So like this is literally like their job is crazy. So they
Wow.
scale it. You got to watch out for snakes. Don't fall off the side of the mountain. Scrape the resin, which they call frankincense tears, and then they have to dry them. So like it's a whole thing. So when people are like, "Oh, I love frankincense, but that's expensive," I'm like, yeah, and if you're actually paying the farmer who got that for you fairly, it's worth
Mhm.
it.
Yes. You get what you pay for.
Yes,
Like you really do.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That is so cool. And I have a whole new appreciation for frankincense. It's one of
Right.
my favorites.
I know.
Birch, frankincense, and patchouli, I would say
Oh,
are like my top three.
can I just say something else about frankincense?
Yeah.
So if you go to PubMed is where all published research is, and you search frankincense and different cancers. So this isn't me saying this. This is published data. But like you can see that it's actually like they found studies where it can help kill stuff. And that's all I'm going to say about that to protect myself.
Yes, right. Because, you can't make all claims
Yeah,
and
go to
whatever. But
PubMed
yes,
and
go to
search.
PubMed and see for yourself. I
Yeah,
love that. I love
yeah,
that. And I love that science is kind of catching up
yeah,
to something that is good for our population, like is
yeah,
good for human
exactly.
beings. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because what we have been doing is not necessarily the answer. Okay, so let's
No.
talk about kiddos now. So I know
Yeah.
you know about ADHD. I'm sure
Oh,
you see. Do you see
first
kids in
hand,
your
girl.
practice? Yeah.
First, yeah. So yeah, my practice is full of kids,
Okay.
ADD, ADHD spectrum. But in my own household, my oldest was diagnosed with ADD at maybe he was like 9, and then my littlest was diagnosed with ADHD at 6.
Wow. Okay. So
Yep.
you do know firsthand. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So I'm so curious about that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that we have one possibly neurodivergent who
Yeah.
presents a little ADHD, but could be just like somewhat anxiety. So I'm curious about that because we do use oils to support.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you see works the best?
Oh,
What's like a
yeah.
good routine to get on? And then
Oh,
let's talk
yeah.
about some other common childhood issues too, because I know there are so many solutions.
So many. Okay. So first of all, I have this story. So during COVID, we're in lockdown, everybody's home. My oldest is not really doing his work on his laptop. And the little one with the ADHD, I'm sitting at his laptop and I'm like, Rowan James, we got to get this work done. He's doing somersaults like around the room. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? And he looks at me and he goes, oh, the reason I'm not being very good is because you're not very good at this. I was like, touche. You are correct. I don't know what I'm doing. So instantly, so for me, I used doTERRA and we started diffusing a blend called Adaptive. And Adaptive has orange, peppermint, I think it has lavender. I think it's got magnolia. It's great for like kind of keeping you on task. And then I had him drink wild orange. So because it's uplifting for mood and he was sassy since birth, so I'm like, okay, we need to like tame the attitude as well. So anyways, it went awesome. So for 3 days, I'm just going about my business. We're getting the work done. And on the third day, he comes up to me and puts his little condescending hand on my shoulder and goes, Mom, I have got to tell you, those oils that you've been using, they've really helped you. You have not flown off the handle in 3 whole days. So, like, I'm watching him, he's watching me, everything went smooth. So, anyways, okay, now what I can tell you is both my boys, I've got a senior and then the freshman, straight A students, like no accommodations, doing great. So the biggest thing for them, and they know, is protein. They have to want sugar. My little one, especially, is so sensitive. Food dyes, really sensitive. Um, Protein is their biggest thing, and they know what to do. Um, Oils, obviously, like they've got their little handfuls. Everybody's got their diffuser. Now it's not cool to be a high school boy smelling like your mom's oils. So we do bottom of the feet because it goes right into the bloodstream, right through there. Another super helpful thing is kids really benefit from fish oils, high DHA, inositol. is another really helpful supplement. It's like a form of I think it's B vitamin. With
I've
no,
never heard of that one.
oh, okay, yeah, it's in inositol.
In Inositol.
Inositol.
Okay.
It helps stabilize blood sugar, but I
Okay.
found it to be really helpful for focus also. So
Okay.
I use a company called Standard Process, and inositol, like most kids, usually it's like you chew one with each meal, typically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it can help adults hugely also.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Well, you mentioned a few things that I want to unravel a little. And you
Yeah.
mentioned blood sugar. And then obviously you mentioned like the protein intake, like the
Yeah.
food that we're eating is affecting our ability to focus, our mood, our entire day, and our kids
Yeah.
too, of course.
Oh, the
Um,
biggest, oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So let's unpack that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, kids nowadays, oh, okay, so I know we didn't even go there. But on Amazon, I did write a book years and years ago. It's called Food to the Rescue, and it's for beginners. So the whole foundation is like you need to know what are good proteins, what are bad sugars, what are carbs. So, anyways, it kind of unpacks that. But the biggest thing I see is like the school food that the kids are getting. And what prompted me to write the book was my oldest was in daycare for a little while when he was little. And, they were feeding the kids canned green beans with SpaghettiOs and egg waffles for breakfast and Teddy Grahams for snacks. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do this. So, anyways, that's what prompted the book. But
Yeah.
now just watching what kids are fed in schools, and I get it because the cost of food is so high, and a lot of these programs are subsidized, and the kids get free breakfast, free lunch. But it's so much sugar, so
Mm.
little good protein. It's just really low quality. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. We've been I've been because I cook breakfast every morning. Like I'm in the kitchen, like making breakfast. And so a couple hacks that I've found recently that are like, oh, because like feeding three kids is no joke. Everybody wants something different. Like,
yes.
of
Oh my
course.
gosh, why are we sous chefs? Like literally
Yes.
everybody wants something different. Like
Yes.
make it yourself. Once they get
It,
a little older, you get to do that. It's awesome. Make
yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, that's right. I went grocery shopping. All the ingredients are in there. Get whatever you want. So I've been putting whey protein and collagen in our waffle batter
Yes,
and
I used to
making.
do that too.
Yes, and I'm
That's
like, well, if we're gonna have waffles, we're gonna do it. And I
yep.
just put like real butter in there,
Yes.
collagen, whey protein. So I'm like, okay, they're getting the fat, they're getting the protein. All right,
Yep.
we're like, and I feel pretty good about it.
You
Like I'm
should.
like, well, it's better than, and
Oh,
maybe that's like all of
that's
parenting,
fabulous.
like good enough.
Yeah, girl, no, listen, that is actually fabulous. Like, if you can make muffins and put a little zucchini,
Yeah,
although so many kids are weird about the green,
it's
sweet
green.
potato,
Yeah,
pumpkin, like whatever. Just
yeah,
anywhere you can like sneak it in,
yeah.
you're doing great.
Totally. And I'm doing all those things. It's funny as my kids get older, like they've been a little, I don't want to say picky because they're not picky. Like they're pretty open-minded. But as
Yes.
we like had a third kid, we like found ourselves like letting them just order the freaking chicken tenders. Like where,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like from the kids menu,
Because
we're
you
like,
have to
just
pick your
get the
battles
grilled
too.
cheese.
Listen,
Yes.
you have to pick
Yes.
your battles. If you're going out to eat, your kids are not going to be like, "Oh, I'll have that organic chicken salad."
Right.
You know,
Totally. Totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
it's like it's good enough, in
Uh,
that respect. And sometimes I still even beat myself up, but we can I think as like the adults of the house, which I don't know who approved that, but as the adults of the house,
right.
we're like the ones who are like guiding and leading. We're the ones who are grocery shopping. Like when I hear parents say like at one time when my kids love oatmeal and so we'll do like, and they always have, and I always have too. So we'll
Yeah.
do oatmeal with like some protein or fruit, whatever. Like I doctor it up even and put even more protein in there. And one mom was like, "Oh my God, I wish my kids would eat oatmeal." I was like, "Well, who, like this kid was like 3." I'm like, "Well, who's doing the grocery shopping?"
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Right.
I think they would if it was
Yes.
one of the
If
only
there's
two
nothing
or
else.
3 options, they probably
Yes.
would.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just like, we're the people who are guiding these young
Yes.
little souls. So yeah.
Oh, so true. And I think the biggest thing too, like, so when they're little, like you said, you come in with the options. Okay, you can have oatmeal, scrambled eggs, or yogurt with granola, whatever. That's the options. And then as they get older, so like for moms whose kids might be, over the age of 6 and have a say, and you're trying to now pivot to a healthier lifestyle. The biggest thing I tell all of my patients is just educate. You have to be like their friend in this. You can't just be like, no, 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 because then
Yeah.
they're just going to rebel. So it
Yeah.
has to be an educational thing, like you're their buddy, where like we will, when they were little, I'd be like, oh my gosh, do you see this commercial for Fruity Pebbles? Like, do they think you guys are idiots? Like, oh, the cartoons are going to make you think this is healthy. So they see these kids laughing. Can you believe that? And then they're like, oh my gosh, I know. Oh, and then it gets them thinking,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm being marketed to. They have to know.
I say to my kids when we don't turn on the TV very often. We're not like anti-TV, but we don't have it on all the time. But when we
Yeah.
do have it on, I always say, my husband laughs. Anybody who hears me say this laughs at me, but I'm like, what are they trying to sell you?
Yes.
Whenever the commercials come on, I'm like, what are they
Yes.
trying to sell you? And they'll
Yes.
be like, because it's really funny because they take
That's
everything
huge.
literally, but I'm trying to get their
So
brains
smart,
to
Ryan.
yes, like think a level deeper. Like
Yes.
question what they're trying to sell you because it does. It looks fun, it looks inviting, and it's like sometimes they think it's like a whole nother thing than what it actually is. But
Yes.
so just to get them thinking and,
Oh, that's huge.
understanding. Yeah.
No, just like you said, like that totally resonates. And I'm going to tell everybody that, like, just
Yeah.
look, what are they trying to sell you? Who are
Yeah.
they selling to?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Totally.
huge.
Yeah. So, can we talk a little bit about chiropractic just for
Yeah.
overall health and wellness? Because I'm
Yeah.
just like really curious about it and love it. And I've gone to a chiropractor over the past like decade or so. And I only found it because I was pregnant with my first, and my midwife, recommended like go to this
Yes.
chiropractor. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. But I do
Yeah.
find that it's a great tool. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I'd love to. So
Yeah.
people before TikTok, like everybody just thought like chiropractic is just if you hurt yourself or something goes wrong, all the medical doctors were against it. And, like I would all the time get patients who are like, well, my medical doctor said I shouldn't come here. Like that's because your medical doctor doesn't understand what the I'm doing. So,
Yep.
okay. So, anyways, chiropractic is awesome because what it's doing is every single level of your spine, there's two nerves that come out on both sides. Those nerves are what keep your body operating. That's what's giving energy to your heart, to your gut, to your ovaries, like all of those systems run because of the nerves. So a nerve, if you think of it like a garden hose, like if a garden hose gets a kink, the water can't go through. So that garden wilts, like it's wilting. So it's the same thing in your body. Like if you've got little kinks in the nerves, which is either from the muscles, maybe too tight, or maybe that joint is just slightly misaligned, that nerve freaks out and it's So it's like a garden hose. So you want to keep your garden hoses open.
Keep
So
your hoses open, everybody.
keep your hoses open. So, and like with babies, like people are always amazed, like, well, why are babies getting adjusted? I'm like, well, first of all, think about the ride out. Even if it's a
Right.
C-section, someone is yanking you. So, anyways,
Yes.
and then so many babies now have colic. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh. And skin issues, like the
Mm.
eczema is bananas.
Yeah.
So chiropractic is awesome for all things neurological. So like reflux, colic, sleep, gassiness, like all that stuff. But also, if I can just say, so much of this is low quality formula. Mm.
Mm.
I see. I literally recommend German formulas like hip,
Really?
holly. Yeah, like
Yep.
those are clean, high quality.
Yeah. Yeah, we did breastfeeding mostly. So like I didn't have to worry about it.
Thank
Luckily,
goodness, right?
yes, for sure. But I never got into like that whole thing because they didn't have to. But I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, we have to buy our formula from a different country, which is a
Yeah,
whole problem in itself. Like, why do we
it is.
have this laundry list of ingredients that are banned in the European nations
Yeah,
and
yeah,
are fine to
yeah.
use here? Like,
Totally, totally
I
legal
mean,
with
yeah,
your baby. Yeah.
crazy.
So that's something. And then the other thing is, while we're on the breastfeeding topic, so many times when I see babies who are really fussy, a lot of times the mom's milk isn't fatty enough.
Oh,
So it's almost like they're not getting satiated.
uh-huh. Yep.
So
They need more and more and more
yeah,
to
so
get
I'm
that fat.
constantly telling moms, like, I don't care if you eat a whole avocado a day,
Yep.
coconut oil, olive oil, nuts, seeds, like all the things, because it's a new mom, you're exhausted, you're not thinking about yourself, you're not taking care of yourself. And if you're breastfeeding, you need a ton of good fats.
Yeah.
Fish, you need to eat fish. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. Love that.
Side note, no, side note.
That's a great side note. I'm like, oh, I miss breastfeeding. I have like it's
No.
just it was so fleeting. Like it was a year each time, and each time I was quite over it, and
Yes.
they were okay with it too. All three were pretty okay.
But you
The, it-
do miss
but
it.
I miss it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's just this like bonding and this like you're
Um,
getting like this just golden perfect nutrition right now.
Yes.
And yeah, it's so sweet.
But a lot of women and I did feel like this, like it was almost like so much responsibility,
Yeah.
knowing that I was the full source of food for this like little human. Like it
Yeah.
kind of like overwhelmed me a bit. But
Yeah.
so there's different things you can do too. Like if you don't produce enough milk, like there's oils and like red raspberry tea and like different things but the biggest thing is stress and diet, because then your milk goes down and then you're freaking out even more. And then you're
Mhm.
like, oh my God. So you gotta get your fats up and calm down.
Yeah. Calm down, everybody. No, I'm talking to myself here. Even
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, even with bigger kids, like, like I still find myself on a daily basis going like, okay, chill out because it's a lot. Like there's a lot of moving parts. There's so many things to be done. There's so many emotions to be held space for. There's like just, it's a lot. And so I find myself in these like little balls of stress. And so I
Pull out
think
those oils, girl.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, is lavender like the number one for stress, or do you have like a little hidden gem that you could tell
Oh
us?
yeah, so I got hidden gems too. But so lavender is fabulous. That's like definitely a go-to. I love, like we talked about, Melissa, which is also called lemon balm. Um, I also love vetiver.
I use vetiver every night before bed.
I know. So vetiver, my kids used to call it my stink oil. Because it really is not like the most pleasant of smells, but I'd
Oh,
be
I
like,
love it.
the reason mom's got her stink oil out is because you guys don't stop fighting in the back seat.
The
Like
sticky stink oil too.
it
It's
is
so sticky.
sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is whenever you get like stinky, sticky, any oil you don't want to use necessarily direct, I always teach my customers like make rollers, make rollers. It's going to
Yes.
make your oils last longer. But
Yep.
then also it's way simplified. Put any little combination, you're not going to fuck it up. Like just
Yes.
put them in and stick that in your purse.
Totally. That's a great idea. See, I don't really make rollers, but now that you're mentioning it, I think I should.
Yeah, it's going to
Um,
make it last longer.
yeah. And you
Yeah.
can get the rollers like anywhere,
Oh,
right?
Amazon.
Right.
So just look up 10 ml essential oil roller
Okay.
bottles with the steel ball. You don't want plastic. They're just,
Mm,
you want steel.
yeah.
So anyways,
Okay.
and then I typically teach people like right around 30 drops of any combination of oil and then just use any carrier oil to fill it. There is no science to that. I made that up.
Right. Perfect. We could do 30
Yeah,
drops and we could do
yeah.
that.
Of any
But
combination. So if you want like 5 of this, 4 of that, 10 of that, who cares?
yeah.
Make it so that you'll use it, that it's not overwhelming and then your oils last longer.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Love
Convenient.
that.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Mhm.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up, I would love to just touch on perimenopause for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
then I'll ask you the questions that I ask everybody at the end of the interview. So
Oh, yeah, for sure.
what's your take on that? What are some amazing hacks that you see for perimenopause?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is perimenopause starts 10 years before like your cycle might even change. So especially like new moms, motherhood, like all the stress, the adrenal fatigue, the poor diet, like your period could start getting wacky in your 30s. So perimenopause, my favorite thing is, well, no, it's not my favorite. It's horrible. You can't drink wine. Like if you are getting a hot flashes, like and wine and cheese are huge hot flash triggers. So I love it because women are like struggling, and I'm like, girl, cut out the wine, stop the
Mm-hmm.
cheese. They're like, you're killing me. I'm like, I will see you next week, and then they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, we really
It's
did
better.
stop that, yeah. So keeping a good diet, weight gain. Oh, this is a huge thing. Typically, I recommend this isn't for everyone, but typically lower carbs, like most women respond well for lower carbs. You gotta cut the stress out. Some women are actually working too hard. They're working out so hard. They're going to CrossFit, they're at Orange Theory, they are cranking it and gaining weight. I'm like, you need to pivot because obviously your adrenals are shot. Why don't you go to Pilates or yoga for a
Mm-hmm.
few months? They hate me because it's, they need that like adrenaline, like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
please, please, so anyways, that's huge. You have
Okay.
to listen to your body. If you, that's the biggest thing. You have to.
Yeah.
And then oils like doTERRA, clary calm, clary
Mm.
sage, geranium, ylang ylang, frankincense, lavender, calming stuff, bergamot I
Mm.
like bergamot with lime.
Mm.
Yeah, just gonna chill it out.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Where can we find you and follow you and learn more about the work that you're doing, Jen?
Oh, thanks so much. So, Instagram, I'm at Food to the Rescue. There's a period between each word.
Okay.
Um, a Facebook, I'm not super great, but Food to the Rescue. on Facebook also.
Okay.
Also, I think I gave you a link. So if they click the link, I don't remember what it's sending you to because that's perimenopause right there. But it will give you my contact info. So, and it's me, so I'll be reaching out.
Perfect. And you have a link tree. I think I saw before I started recording with
Yeah.
you a link tree on your Instagram too. So that
Yeah.
routes to all the different places. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Amazing. And the book is on Amazon, Food to the Rescue. Amazing.
Yeah.
We will check that out. Thank
Thanks,
you
Ryan.
so much. Yes.
This was fun.
Yes, it was so fun. What's bringing you joy today is my first question for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, literally being here with you and trying to help moms just learn about a natural lifestyle, natural tools. Like the biggest thing is I want to empower people, women, moms. So this is doing it. So thank you. This brings me immense joy right now.
Me too. Me too, sister. The next question I have for you is what is it? Oh, yeah. What if an perimenopause?
Girl, we're all in perimenopause.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we are. I had no idea that it was even a thing. I
I
was like,
know it's
Perry,
huge.
what?
Yes, it's
Excuse me?
now
There,
all the data is coming out.
oh
It's
my
so
God.
awesome.
You're
Fine.
finally, yeah, they were telling me there's a ramp up period because I did
Yeah.
ask all the side note, I did ask all the older women in my family, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and I was like, "What do you mean? What am I talking about?" So maybe they didn't have that lead up.
Nobody acknowledged it. They were
Nobody
brushed
acknowledged it.
off. If you came into your doctor with hip pain, shoulder pain, they're like, oh, you have arthritis. Oh, you have depression. Take this Prozac.
Oh
Like,
my God.
no.
Oh, it's maddening. Okay. Sorry. Sidetrack. Okay, so what book are you reading right now, if anything?
Oh, yes, I'm reading about 6 books right now. Like, because my commute to work, so Audible is my best friend. But right on my nightstand, I've got the Miracle Equation. It's
Oh.
by Hal Elrod. Start with his book, Miracle Mornings. You know that one.
I was gonna ask you if that was the same guy. Okay,
Oh my
cool.
gosh, I love him. He's amazing. So Miracle Equation, loving it. Um, yeah, that's my fave right now.
Okay, cool. That is on my list. I have 2 Audible credits. So that
Yeah,
is
girl, yeah.
happening today. Okay,
Mhm,
cool.
mhm.
Um, and then the last question I have for you is who or what has taught you the most?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think my kids have taught me like true love, like unconditional love. And they've also taught me how to be more patient over the years, like, because it was forced, like I had to learn. My kids, every single day, I'm learning something.
Amazing. Same here. Thank you again for this conversation. It's been an absolute gift.
Same. Thank you, Ryan.
Hi again, friend. If you're listening to this, you made it to the end of a Raising Wild Hearts episode. Yay! Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you can hear more amazing conversations just like this one. And here's the deal. If you made it this far, go ahead and hop down on your podcast app and rate and review the show. Your words and 5 stars truly mean the world to me. Thank you for your support of the show. Thank you for showing up and listening week after week. I will be dropping new episodes every Monday, so tune in then, and I will talk to you soon.